This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Ooh.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Me too!
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, I love that he's happy. I only watched
And then
XQC
one
footage
day,
of
something
Problem
very
today.
peculiar happened.
What happened?
Something that would forever change Stanley.
Okay.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting.
This is the
or
exact
even
same
say
intro I heard last
hi.
time I played this chat.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What happens if you sit here and you don't? Go out of your office. Has anyone ever done that? This game is a pseudo sequel, but it's the same game.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
Yeah.
I will be happy.
Yeah.
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Wait, what?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that.
Did I beat the
No.
whole game?
This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Okay, I would want to do this at least 50 more times to see if the NPC gets mad, but I don't know if you guys would be able to handle it. Do it?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
Chat.
Here it comes.
Tell me right now if this is a fruitless. This is fruitless because I will keep doing it if there is something worthwhile. Somebody had to have already done this at least 50 times just to check. Possibility is you could do it 100 times. But I do it 100 times. Maybe it's different? I don't anything happens? Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
What achievement?
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Clearly, this guy has never met me before.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417? Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment. Oh, great! Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Okay.
Now, back to door number 437.
Okay.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
How? How do I do that? No, seriously, we disabled it. Forgetting it. Wait. Award for getting any of the other achievements as your first. Oh. But they disabled it. So I can't do it?
Yes!
Yeah!
This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again! Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes!
Woo!
We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
Yes!
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley.
Only
Nothing could hold you back.
4.9%
Yes, I'm
of people
very
have
proud
gotten
of
that
how
one.
far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Okay. I like work. I just hate my boss. Oh. Input receive.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Congratulations. The mythical powers of your ADHD are a feat to behold.
Yeah.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
B9.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
No, I won't see that.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and
Why?
reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Oh.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Oh. Who farted? I love mom. I did this morning. A lot. I had so much farts. It was crazy. I was just filled with poop and farts. Minus the poop plus the fart. I played the Stanley Parable before, but apparently this is like a DLC version.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Yeah, I think this is the second one.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
There's a door out there. How do I get down there? I think there's fall damage. There's no jumping in this game. No climbing either.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I don't think you can hop. There is jumping. Why would I
realize that
jump?
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I can't close the door anymore.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
True.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I'm in.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected, but at last he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
I'm just a corporate shill. It's my corpo music.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So I'm not allowed to jump yet.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Chad, do you see that? Look. There's a door up there, too. Door's down there. But that's interesting. Very, very interesting.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yeah.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Let me
Tell
jump.
you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
How can you be in a place? What the heck? Why am I last? What the heck? I'm getting bullied! Bro! This is just so rude! I had to pee. I have a plan.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
So you don't care about my
taking
feedback?
a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Bro, this is what good voice acting is like.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
It's Firewatch.
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Oh,
Well, it
we
seems
literally are
obvious to
the
me that you are meant to
worst.
play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for
True.
some sort of twisted, erotic purpose.
True.
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come,
Need to
let's
play this
venture
game again.
outward and see what else is out there.
Chat, I'm not gonna do those kind of things. If it doesn't work, just cancel it. He has the voice to Married. Maybe.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No, I'm happy here.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You really wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
No, I was almost there.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
I could get lost here.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Ooh. Can I go in here?
Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Whoa. I'm in the back rooms. Coom. Whoa. There's a light on over there. 427. Oh, it was a Half-Life mod.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Whoa.
I can wait.
Oh.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
I know what to do. Chat, if we go over here.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Look, I have 2 now. 2 input.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
How do I get up there? How do I get that? I can't jump. Chat, I need to be able to jump. Wow, I feel like it might have been Tails, chat. Got it.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path. That it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path. That it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording. It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
How do I get over there?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
No. I opened the door too much. What's over there?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in
We
the
got new
Stanley Parable
content.
Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Can I get up there somehow?
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I love adventure.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Seeing shadows like this feels so real.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Jumping?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I'm a bunny. Wait. I used all my jumps.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions
I lost all
of this
my
game are not
jumps.
positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to
Ooh.
30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
I'm doing the Aiko run.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
They even
This is
don't
what
have one of the
happens
lights
when
on.
greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to
Rush
make an easy
12 years
dollar.
later.
And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Not on Twitter.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
No.
No frills, no gimmicks.
No.
Just you and me having a great time together like always.
No.
What do you say, friend?
No. Hello.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something. Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares? Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Wait. I went too far.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness.
Incredible
Then
room.
the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
This is a different voice line.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Sometimes I just have to explore. It's part of who I am. Events and video games, very fun.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
Whoa.
Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Wow. It's beautiful. Flip. Let's go to the memory zone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back
Yep.
then, it all meant something.
Yeah.
Oh, the waste.
2013, when Stanley Parable was released. 2013. My first kiss, my first car, the release of Stanley Parable 2013. The Memory Zone temp. Stanley Parable mind control facility. Hello. I remember. Me when I remember. For real. Creepy picture of me. Alright. The British Academy Film and Television Awards to something Starly? Last of Us. Stanley Parable. Audience Award, the Stanley Parable. He took the award. They crossed over it. Instead of The Last of Us, they put Stanley Parable. That's pretty funny. Whoa. Oh. One trip down memory lane. Whoa. Smile because it happened. The Stanley Parable alpha test. Oh, wow. Demo. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. Nominee British Stanley Parable. Oh, wow. Best game, best story. Game innovation. Whew. New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Oh, fuck. Deals tough choices. Little Stanley. Oh no, why did he die? A chair I can't sit in? This is just fuck. I know these bird sound effects. Are these the same ones from Firewatch? Minus the rooster. Yeah, it's French, but I don't know what it's saying. Mais ici, c'est aussi où je me souviens de la sortie de The Stanley Parable. Said Stanley Parable. C'était en 2013, un très bon jeu vidéo. Something about video. Les journaux, mon amour. One or more is my love. Rien de plus nostalgique que les prix du public qui reçut à l'IGF, mon amour. Ici, dans la memory zone, se rassemblent les deux fantômes de Stanley Parable. Whoa, she's echoing. Nous sommes dans la memory zone, et me voilà pris de coup. Ne me force pas à choisir mon amour. J'aimais la version d'hier. La nouvelle fera-t-elle la
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like
No.
this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now,
Wow.
it's no
Nothing?
games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just
What?
a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Destructoid. To describe a part is to risk its ruination. To detail what it has to say about game design, illustration, choice, psychology of a gamer is to tell you too much. Comparisons, too, are going to be woefully inadequate. Perhaps its closest cousin would be Dear Esther, but where Dear Esther wastes a form of interactive engagement, Stanley Parable uses it and then subverts it. Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created. Even so, holding the game to the standards of any other title is not going to be correct. So how do you review what has become known as Stanley Parable HD, the full-scale reimagining, one of the most intriguing mods ever available online? And how do you discuss it? You don't talk about it. Person of the Year was Stanley. Hold on. What's down here? What's up there? Gotta be a way to open these goddamn doors. Fuck.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Oh. I've always been someone who wants to go the wrong way first in games. When I sense that the game is trying to usher me down a particular path to get me to run from left to right, or maybe to charge straight ahead, I need to satisfy my instincts and to go against the grain, explore and see what designers have put back the other way. Sometimes I find one-up or collectible stashed away to reward me for my intrepid behavior. Other times my explorations are rewarded by the crushing disappointment of running up against an invisible wall. Whenever I find or don't find, my action is a manifestation of my desire to exert some independence to make my own choices within a system that severely limits my options and encourages specific behaviors. Stanley Parable feels alive in its responsiveness to choices and desire to subvert your expectations to keep you on your toes. I think Stanley Parable is a sort of video game analog for Charlie Kaufman and Spike Jonze's brilliant film adaptation, which gently mock the ways in which so many films manipulate audiences with formulaic plot twists in situations in which characters learn huge life lessons while simultaneously moving with me with its formulaic plot twists and situations in which life lessons, blah, blah, blah. Stanley Parable is both a blah, blah, blah. Okay. Hold on.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Steam reviews. Okay. Imagine you write a bad review for Stanley Parable and it ends up in the game. And then DLC, bro.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I'm in the Steam zone now. Oh no. Oh no, not Steam zone. Ooh. Bad reviews. Oh no.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I don't know. Nude is Shaft might have a point here in 2016 when he said, well, the idea for the game is good. It becomes very repetitive and boring fast despite all the alternative endings, the game cameo appearances. This game is titled thought-provoking, but you will get the idea that it tries to communicate pretty fast. And then it is just repeating a whole no choice in games thing over and over. For someone who prefers non-linear games, preachiness gets annoying fast. It's neither a revolution nor very interesting. It is thought-provoking only in the first few minutes. Seems like that guy just had a repetitive choice, because I didn't even think that that's what the game was about the first time I played it. Seems like he got an idea stuck in his head and he couldn't get it out. Like, what? I just thought the game was fun. I like that I had free choice, but I didn't think my choices are better than other choices, blah, 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 you know? Where are we now?
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
What? Cookie
A
9?
skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Uh-oh. Okay. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Hello? No negative reviews. Hello? There's a clock on the wall.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about... But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression.
I would go garden.
So because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think. To feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amuse them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition.
I hear you.
Where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain.
There's some water around here. Why can't things have like a point? Isn't that the point of things? I think I've been playing this a couple years, but I'm not really sure.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Somebody's got to fix these fucking pipes, bro. They're about to break. End is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never. Oh.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Well, we have to go to the meeting room. New content?
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. More elevator.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how
Okay.
roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The
Okay.
original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Omega
Which is
Extreme
why I'm
Deluxe.
very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, number 2.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel.
Wow.
An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in
I
so
could go under the
many
desk.
different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yeah.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
What was... Huh? Whoa. Flip. Just the two of us. We can make it if you try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. They're back. 2 doors. New content is out. New content part 2. Old busted. New hotness. Cool red section of the chart. Boring side of the chart. True on that one. 2. Ooh. 1 plus 1 is... Wait, 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1 is 1. Oh. 2 plus 2 is 4, minus 1, that's 3. Quick maths. Pause button is a Roman numeral for 2.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Okay. 2 Stanleys. Oh. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 arms, 2 legs. Huh. Scrum design patch break. Patch design number 2 chat. Huh. Huh. Okay. 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 Half-Life 2 Portal 2 Batman Arkham Asylum 2 City Divinity Original Sin 2 Doom 2 Dark Souls 2 Aladdin Return of Jafar. No, 2. Oh wait, Aladdin 2. Sequels are good. Dark Souls 2? The ultimate sequel, Crab! Testing printer, 2 printers at the same time. Okay. 2 bitches at the same time, synchronized swimming. Okay, well, what's over here? How do I get over there? Let's wait to the show floor. The new features. Wow, 2. New content bus? Whoa. I feel so famous and cool. Look at the way that there's a red carpet just for me. Wow. 2, the expo hall.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay. Reassurance bucket, new feature. Merch? I saw the new content. Ooh. 2 2. No screenshots. Okay. Coffee. Enjoy. Hear your name in the game. That's right, a button that says your name. Wait. There's so many cool new features, but I want to look at the epilogue. Hold on. The baby is all grown up. Bankruptcy. A whole new office. I took it inside of Steam detection as well. Look. See? But I found this really cool area. Man, I really want to check out the button that says my name, but what if the doors close behind me? Yeah, they probably will.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Damn it.
For the
No!
Stanley Parable 2,
I got scammed!
I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be
Correct!
individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Mods! He said, I think it won't really do that here, or it might just be open till the segment is over. Mods! Mods! Too small, too big, just right. Very true. Two. What? Beast? Mr. Beast?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath.
I'm
clear
not
your mind,
Jim!
forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim. Sleeping and waking as Jim.
All right.
Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim.
All
Seizing
right.
all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Yeah.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Okay, here we go. My name is Jim. I am walking up to the button. My problem with life is that there are not enough women who want to fornicate with me. And my best friend is not having enough time for me lately. I also spend a lot of my free time doing things I shouldn't be doing instead of things I should be doing.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
I also really like to eat pancakes. Oh, hello.
There's more if you
And
want some
pizza.
more.
Hi. Thank you.
How you doing?
Good.
Can I get a big hug, please?
Yes, that's it. Okay, bye.
Bye, Zither.
That's really nice, Aiko. I'm sorry, but my name is...
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
Holy shit. Oh my god. 6%. Wow. Above average. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would
That's
actually save me
valid.
the work of finishing this feature.
Very true. Only Jims allowed. If you're not Jim, you wouldn't understand. I kind of like the idea of a reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart.
Oh, a bucket! I love it! Like Companion Cube!
The disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes,
True?
the bucket is the perfect solution.
Agreed.
Come on, give it a try.
Love the buckets!
Can you feel
Companion
it?
buckets!
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in
True.
fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
It's
I
true.
think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? Mm-hmm. All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I got a bucket. I got a bucket. I got a bucket. Yeah.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
It's true. Come on, bucket. Let's find out what your name is. You don't need to see that bucket. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I take screenshots. Get Well Someday or Happy 12th Birthday Stepniece. Chat, are you more of a Get Well Someday kind of person or a Happy 12th Birthday Stepniece kind of person? Check the offer. Get well someday. Okay. Flip a coin. Heads, tails. Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
It's very good pizza.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Wow. And I got a free bucket. Jump circle, free achievement, map, button, this is the name of the player, merch, Okay, infinite hole. Wait a minute. Ooh.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
I like that. Wow! It's beautiful! Can I go again? There's a wall now.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
True. Ooh, what is this over here? Exit. It's free? An achievement for free?
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Wait. So I didn't get the achievement? Bucket, give me the strongest pull you can. This bucket's really strong. Hey, what's over here? Buckets.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Over here, we haven't been here. Your mom has an infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
That's not true. Portal, you could fall down a hole forever.
The end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I
True.
figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't
I
we
never
just
say
put
anything.
all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
You
If
just
that
say it's a
works for
very
you,
deep hole.
Then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you. Oh, for heaven. You see? I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Interessante.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing.
True.
What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
The bucket likes the hole.
Well, there it is. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
I'm stuck.
You sure?
Help.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win
If I
for
put the
everyone.
bucket down, I can
You get to
stand
be
up
with
and
the
get on the
hole.
hole and then
I
pull
get
the
to do
bucket out.
literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I
Bye.
hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Okay. The bucket's a Jigga Chad. He can help me out. Come on, Bucket. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. No way. Holy. Wow. Ooh. Tetris. A Tetris effect.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using. What?
UK channel! UK radio! I'm not ready for H yet. I don't know if it will change. Alright.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley?
Huh?
Oh, good, you're awake.
No!
It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Here it comes. Ma! What the flip?
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The gym name is back, maybe. Come on, bucket, we'll name you. Should I just jump chat? Would make everything easier. The lever? What lever? What lever? No. That's a chat. Don't even try and stop me. I'm jumping. Achievement lover? I only go for achievements that I'm trying to get. Maybe we could get a second bucket. Okay. So we can't have two buckets. We can't have the thing that says gym. Jump circle. Oh no!
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
You're right!
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well.
No!
I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Just give me more jumps, bro. Okay, we'll go back in the hole. Is that what you guys want? To go back in the hole? Oh. Bro, he shut the door on me. Oh, what's this? It's new. Nope, we've been here. Can't even get merch because no one's at the merch machine. Let's see, what do we got? Epilogue collectibles, infinite hole, office decorations, bucket, setting world championship. Whoa! Settings world championship, it's near. Office decorations. Up where I just was, up there? Oh. Up there. Ooh. You have to change every setting in the game? Besides controls? Do you have to save them? Including volume and video? Too much work. I thought I did it all, but apparently I didn't. Jump circle map. Thank you. This is my bucket. It's like a companion cube, but a little squeakier.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah. Okay.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
Oh,
Hold on.
36
Let me do a different
remaining.
arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Ooh.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. Oh,
Okey-dokey.
perfect. Go ahead.
Look at this. I'm not even moving.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building
Oops.
where he was employed. Employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered
Chat,
it
that's so
sordid,
true. Put a 1 in the chat if
Stanley
you agree.
relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Oh. Different.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Come on, bucket.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office, because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel
No.
that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend.
Not gonna do it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
New content.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I
Going in a
am
circle.
crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought.
Ah!
Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
The
He
infinite
held
hole!
the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
I found it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply...
Okay. No more Stanley Parable for now.